Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. It's Wake Up with Wendy. Yes, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Hey, good morning. It's Wake Up with Wendy. Come on. Yes, yes. Good morning. Good morning. I'm listening to Anthony Brown. This week will be a week of miracles. Good morning. Yes, good morning. Wake up with Wendy on Wednesdays. Good morning. Good morning. Yes, it's an awesome day. Good morning. It's September. Woohoo! Yes, good morning. Good morning. Yes, you got to speak something different this week. Good morning, Niecy. Hey, Susan. Good morning. Hey, get up and shake your pom-pom. Good morning. It's a beautiful day. Good morning. Yes, good morning. It's Wake Up with Wendy. Hi, Lucy. Good morning. I'm listening to Anthony Brown. I love him. Yes, yes. This week is a week of miracles. Expect it. Speak it. Speak it. Good morning, Kathy. Good morning. Hey, good morning. Wait a minute. I'm so excited. Thank you for joining me this morning. Good morning. Good morning. Hi, I'm Wendy Johnson, the Positivity Professor, bringing to you a little bit of positivity during the middle of your week. Hey, Bunny. Hey, Miss Carolyn. Listen. I'm here to jumpstart your day, inspire you to take action, and I am here to motivate you to live your best life. Hey, Brenda. Listen. I only got 7 minutes. Hey, Jessica. I only got 7 minutes. Now, how you doing? We got to do a check-in. How you doing during this quarantine? You washing your hands, wearing your mask, social distancing. Okay. Now, during this quarantine, I've been doing a lot of reflecting. Yes, I have. And today, I want to share. Now, I'm going to try not to cry today, but I want to share my 5 steps to forgiveness. 5 steps to forgiveness. Now, step number 1 is you got to identify why you're struggling to forgive. Number 2, you got to express how you feel. Step number 3, you got to forgive the other person. Step number 4, you got to forgive yourself. And step number 5, you got to let it go. You got to let it go. Now, let me tell you more about it. Okay, identify why you're struggling to forgive. Listen, I had put up this person on a pedestal. I was putting myself down. And when they broke their trust with me, that hurt me so bad. And I think why I was struggling to forgive, because I felt like they were making me look dumb or making me look bad. I was struggling to forgive. So number 2 is express how you feel. So what I did, I sat down and wrote a letter. Wrote down everything I wanted to say to that person. I let them have it. I wrote it down. I wrote all my feelings down. Got it all out. And you know what I did with that letter? I tore it up. But I got my feelings out. Yes, yes, yes. I tore it up. I walked over to the trash can and put it in there. So if you write a letter, you don't have to give it to them now. You don't have to give it to them. Step number 3 is forgive the other person. You gotta forgive them. You got to. It's in the Lord's Prayer. Forgive our debtors. Forgive, Lord, we got to. When Peter went in Matthew 18, he asked Jesus, how many times do I have to forgive them? And he said, 70 times 7, not 7, 70 times 7. So you know what? Since it was so hard for me to forgive that person, I had to write down my prayer saying, Lord, I am willing to forgive, but God, you got to show me the way. Yes, you do. You got to show me the way. So that's what you got to do. Forgive the other person. And step number 4, hey, Ben Lou, hey, Tracy, woohoo, hey, Bob. Listen, you got to forgive yourself too. You got to forgive yourself. I had to forgive myself for making some decisions and some choices that weren't very smart, but I had to forgive myself. You know what? We've been home 6 months on this quarantine. I have wasted so much time watching Netflix. I could have finished my book by now, but I forgave myself because I enjoyed watching movies with my family. Yes, I did. Now, that's step number 4, forgive yourself. And step number 5, you got to let it go. You got to let it go. Forgiving doesn't change the past, but it changes the future. Look at Nelson Mandela. He forgave them. Look at the families in Charleston. They forgave that man for killing their families at church. You gotta let it go. You gotta let it go. And you know what? Not forgiving can hold me back from being all God has called me to be. So you gotta forgive. You gotta forgive. So let's do a quick review. Step number 1, you want to identify why you're struggling to forgive that person. Step number 2, you got to express how you feel. Journal it. Write a letter, but don't give it to them. But write down your feelings. Get it all out. Step number 3, you got to forgive that other person. You got to forgive the other person. You got to forgive them. I know you got to forgive them. You know what? My sister Bunny, she came to church one day and she had forgot to put on deodorant. I was so upset with her. But you know what? I realized I wasn't upset with her. I was upset because I didn't want people to think it was me stinking instead of her. But I forgave Bunny for that. I love you, boo. But yeah, you got to forgive the other person and you got to forgive yourself. Forgive yourself. You're still growing. Give yourself some grace. Yes, yes, yes. And number 5, you got to let it go. Let it go. Because forgiving doesn't change the past, but it changes the future. And we want to be all that God has called us to be. Yes, and I love y'all. So thank you for joining me today for 7 minutes on Wednesday with Wake Up with Wendy. I love you. Be good and forgive. You gotta forgive. I know it's somebody that you need to forgive. Do it today, because tomorrow may be too late. Yes, yes, yes. I love you. See you next week. Thank you for joining me. I love you. Let me shake my pom-poms. Forgive that person so you can have joy. Yes, yes, yes. Good morning. Forgive that person so you can look in the mirror and say, hey, gorgeous, hi, beautiful. You got to forgive others and forgive yourself. Love you. Hey, Brenda. Hey, John. Have an amazing week. Love you.